Good morning, P7s. My name's Michael and I am a ukulele player. And what I'm going to do today is to show you a few bits and pieces to help you get your ukulele strumming sounding really good. So, the first thing that we're going to need is that we're going to need to sit up straight. And the second thing we're going to need is a ukulele. Alright, so the ukulele, an excellent little Hawaiian instrument, a little bit like a guitar, except two big differences. One, it's smaller, so that makes it easier for us to play sometimes, and also it has 4 strings instead of 6. The way that I hold it is that I put the back of it against my tummy, but make sure it's standing up straight, just like my back is when I'm sitting well. I have my left hand just underneath, resting, and then that leaves my right hand free to strum. How do you spell the ukulele? This is something that annoys me when people spell it wrong. Everybody knows it starts with a U because it's ukulele, UK, and then people think it's an A or an E or an I. It's another U, U-K-U-L-E-L-E. Anyway, back to strumming. The best way to strum is to use not this, but your index finger, the strongest and most precise finger that you've got. And what you do is, quite often, you'll have your thumb kind of pointing up the way, the other finger's kind of in, like you're kind of pointing out the directions for somewhere, right? And then what you do is, you point at yourself, and then, if you then turn your arm, so that you're then pointing at the ground, like that, and then back again, to yourself, to the ground, to yourself, to the ground. This is the action for strumming the ukulele. So that on the way down, your fingernail hits the strings, and on the way back, it's the pad of your finger that hits them. You might need to hold it up a little bit to get the angle right so that it's more comfortable, but you can try that as we go. So, first things first, there are 2 types of strum, and I've already described them. This one is called the down strum, because, well, that's obvious, isn't it? This one, you can probably guess, yes, it's called the up strum. And these are the 2 basic ingredients for all the strumming patterns that we might want to play on the ukulele. So, what we're going to do now is, I'm going to set a little beat for us to play to, and then I'm going to show you some very, very simple patterns. They'll almost be so boring that they're simple, but we have to start slow. Here we go. Watch, listen, copy. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, watch. Go. Again. Go. What's the difference? Go. Yeah. Then, other way. Again. You got to get it the right way. Then. Back where we started. And stop. Okay, next of all is a little exercise that's very, very good to get your arm really working with great accuracy, but also sometimes it shows which people are mucking about a little bit too much and they're not going to be as good as strummers as the others. So this one is going to ask you to strum fast. Now, some people, when you say strum fast as you can, 2 things happen, right? They kind of go a bit crazy, right? And they fall off the chair because they're getting too excited, and then they say, oh, my finger hurts, right? And I have no sympathy for those people. So this is about precision, but it's also about speed. So what I want you to do is, in time, do, It's just go down, up, up. Ready? 2, 3, go. Just keep doing that over and over again. Now when I count to 4, I want you to do down, up, but twice as fast. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, 3, and. Good, you gotta stay in time. Ready for that again? 1, 2, 3, 4. And back, and. Double speed again, and. Now can we go double again? 2, 3, and. Back, 2, 3, 4. Right, can you do that with accuracy, not just speed? Let's do it again. Double. Ready to double again? Here we go. Half that again. In between. And then half it again. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, and stop. Okay, very good, and you can practice that one again another time. So the next thing to do is, I'm going to test your ears out a little bit more. I'm going to do less talking this time, and I'm just going to play, and you've got to copy my rhythm exactly. And if you're doing it really well, you'll be listening well enough to make your rhythm sound exactly the same as mine. If you're doing it really, really, really well, then not only will your rhythm sound the same, but your up strums and down strums will exactly match which ones that I'm doing. So here goes. I'll do each one twice so that you get 2 goes at copying it. Here we go, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Note the difference. Very good, very good. So, 2 things to do next is, you could rewind and do all of those again. You might be experts by now, but you can do those again. I find it's quite good to do those at the beginning every time you're playing, because it just gets your arms kind of in the right kind of zone, ready to go. And what you could do is add that little thing in that some of you might have noticed me doing to dampen the strings. Doesn't mean I pour water on them, it means I just stop the sound at the end of the rhythm. And you might have spotted that I'm doing that with my other hand that's just holding the neck of the ukulele up. So when I finish a rhythm, I just touch my fingers against the strings like that, and that stops them. Right? That might be something for some real expert people to be working on next. And then, if you're feeling really brave, it might be that one of you comes up to the front and does the rhythms that everybody else copies. So not me, one of you guys could come up and do it. That means you've got to be good at thinking up rhythms on the spot. So try that. Remember, ukulele, like a guitar, smaller, 4 strings, strumming with the pointy finger, point yourself, point at the ground so your fingernail hits on the way down, the pad of your finger hits on the way up, down strum, up strum. That can be made into all kinds of combinations for patterns and rhythms. And also, U, K, U, L, E, L, E. Don't get that wrong.